Do you know what I hear most often? You're not good enough. It's a waste of time to look for love. Nobody wants someone like you. The truth is, those words can hurt more than loneliness itself. Stay until the end, because the story I'm about to share might change the way you see love forever. And when you hear it, tell me in the comments. If this happened to you, would you have made the same choice? He was sitting alone in a cafe, not the first time, not even the 10th. It had become a quiet ritual, a place where he could blend into the background, where no one would expect him to be more than the silent man with the notebook and the half-finished cup of coffee. On this particular day, it was his third cup, not because he needed caffeine, but because every sip gave him a reason to stay a little longer. To delay the moment he'd have to step outside and face the world that seemed to have paired everyone else off. Couples laughing, friends leaning across tables, people who belonged somewhere. He wondered if he ever would, because inside his head, the voices never stopped. You're not enough. Nobody will ever choose you. Why would anyone love you when even you can't? And then, the door opened. It was nothing dramatic, just a small silver bell above the entrance announcing another customer. But the moment he walked in, the stranger, the air shifted. Calm, confident, the kind of presence that doesn't need to be loud to be noticed. He ordered quickly, his voice steady, his gestures assured, and then his eyes wandered and landed directly on him. That look, it wasn't random. It wasn't the glance you give when scanning a room. It was the look of someone who sees you. He froze. His first instinct was to look away, to shrink into invisibility. But something in that gaze held him there, like a quiet gravity. And then it happened. Something small, almost ordinary, but powerful. The stranger smiled. Not a polite smile. Not the kind you give out of courtesy. A smile with warmth, with recognition. A smile without judgment, without expectation. A smile that seemed to say, I see you, and you are enough. For the first time in months, the noise inside his head went silent. The voices that told him he was unworthy had no words to fight that one simple gesture. Love doesn't always begin with fireworks or grand gestures. Sometimes, it begins in the quiet moment when someone chooses to see you exactly as you are. And maybe, that's the hardest kind of love to accept. Not the love you chase or earn, but the love that arrives without explanation, without conditions. He thought about leaving right then, before the moment slipped away, before doubt came rushing back. But he didn't. Instead, he stayed. And for the first time in years, he allowed himself to wonder, what if I really am enough? He didn't know the stranger's name. He didn't know if they'd ever meet again. But maybe it didn't matter, because that smile, that one choice of connection, had already done something bigger. It reminded him that love is not a prize you win for being flawless. Love is not waiting at the end of a finish line you have to cross. Love is simply two people brave enough to truly see each other. So if you've ever believed you're not good enough for love, remember this. You don't have to fix yourself to be worthy. You don't have to be perfect to be chosen. Sometimes, all it takes is one moment, a glance, a smile, a quiet recognition, to remind you that you are already enough. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a moment where a simple smile or a small gesture made you feel seen? Tell me in the comments, because your story might be the one that gives someone else hope today.
If just for a minute I'd fall asleep and not dream about you. I hate to admit it, I'm out of ideas, I don't know what to do. Most of the times I think I'll make it through.